So they won. No surprise that they won. No surprise that they won. What? They won? Okay.
This is a beanbag. Got me going jeans cause I'm cool rap. Bought a spaceship, now I'm a space cadet. Big white mansion in my habitat. Aim a lot of sticks.
What is up, you guys? It's your boy T-Rex back with another video. And guess what? I'm just gonna let you know my thoughts on every game this Saturday and Sunday. And we'll go in order. We'll go from top to bottom, from first game to last game. You know what I'm saying? I'll just let you know my thoughts. So, since we're going in order, that means the first game is the Colts versus the Texans. And let me tell you, what happened did not surprise me at all. It didn't surprise me at all. Deshaun Watson showed why he's the most sacked quarterback in the league. He held the ball too long. He was overthrowing, underthrowing, and the Colts were playing great defense. They were playing really great defense, and didn't allow the Texans to score until the fourth quarter. The Texans were shut out for 3 quarters. 3 quarters, it was 21-0. And on that side of the ball, on the offensive side of the ball, the Texans didn't look well at all, and the Colts looked awesome. And then let's talk about the other side of the ball. Same story. Colts looked awesome. Texans looked terrible. Quentin Nelson made Jadeveon Clowney look like a little boy. Quentin Nelson bullied Jadeveon Clowney. He looked like a grown man bullying a little boy. That's what it looked like. It was embarrassing to watch. Every time I saw that matchup, it was embarrassing to watch. I believe Jadeveon Clowney only got in the backfield once. He bullied him, and it wasn't fair. That whole offensive line bullied that front seven, and that's the strong suit of that defense. So when they get bullied, that exposes the secondary, and the secondary did get exposed. And Marlon Mack had 147 yards and a touchdown. They got bullied. And like I said, it was no surprise. I predicted that to happen. I predicted that the Texans would not have enough. They do the same thing every year. They go to the playoffs, and then they do this. They lose. And so that's what I was expecting, and that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. And there's no real story to that. They lost. Kareem Jackson is a clown for calling out T.Y. Hilton because he knew he couldn't guard him. That was a clown move. Like, what? Why would you do that? You just put more pressure on yourself, then you got burnt. Now look who's the clown. Exactly. So now we move on to the next game, the Seahawks versus the Cowboys. And it was a good game. It was a really good game. There was a lot of people that expected us to lose this game. And, that's pretty surprising. Actually, it's not that surprising. Seahawks have a lot of playoff experience. Cowboys don't. And that's okay. But we showed we belong here. We belong where we are. And that's in the NFL playoffs. Dak Prescott on 3rd and 14. Draw play. Gets 16 yards. That was the play that won us the game. That was the play that won us the game. The defense played great through 3 quarters and most of the fourth. I hate when we let teams score on the last drives because it made a game out of nothing, because it made me worry about them getting an onside kick. It made an onside kick decision when we could just stop them on 4th down and end the game. We could just end the game right there. And I hate that because, that can backfire sometimes. And I don't want to have a chance to backfire. So they just need to dig deep and start stopping them. And that they have the Seahawks have the number 1 rushing offense. And guess what? We shut it down. 73 total rushing yards on the ground. Now, the passing game was different. I felt like we did good in the passing game. They could not pass short. All their passes went deep. And we limited to, about 4 or 5 deep passes that got them down the field. But they couldn't pass short. Alright, so, when you're one-dimensional like that, when all you can do is pass long because we're stopping the run and we're busting down those short passes, it's easy to play defense. And our defense is great. And that's what I said. We have the best linebacker tandem in the league. Our passing defense can be better, but it's been doing its job. And our front 7, those hot boys, are nice. They're going to get in the backfield, and that's exactly what they did. And so, I believe Dak Prescott had a great game. A beautiful, beautiful game. He was 66% throwing. He had, 227 yards and 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing, 1 passing. And he had an interception. To me, it was bogus. To me, it was obviously pass interference. But, it's whatever. It's on stat line. But also a win is on stat line, so it's all good. And Ezekiel Elliott killed. He killed. He had 30 touches for 187 yards, I believe, and a touchdown. Amari Cooper had 7 receptions for 106 yards. Michael Gallup added a touchdown to his resume in the playoffs, and we won that game. And that's what I said we were going to do. We won it in a close one, and now we're off to the next round. And that's it. It's that simple. And then, what was the next game? The Chargers versus the Ravens. So, I predict the Chargers to win. But the Ravens actually had a chance to win this game. And if they had the Lamar Jackson they got in the 4th quarter, they would have easily won the game. Lamar Jackson threw 40 yards through 3 quarters. And then that last quarter, he threw 2 touchdowns. They had 3 turnovers through 3 quarters. And then they picked it up in the 4th quarter. It was just a little bit too late. Now, to me, that's just experience. Lamar Jackson's fine. He's going to be a great player. He just had to get in the groove of being in the playoffs. Because once the 4th quarter came, he was dotting up. He had 2 touchdowns. And he put him back in the game. And like I said, it was just a little bit too late. But, that's no knock against Lamar Jackson or the Ravens. They're a good team. They'll be back there. That AFC North is theirs. I don't see any other team that's going to beat them besides maybe the Browns, but maybe, that's a maybe. That's a big maybe. But, other than that, the Steelers are discombobulated. They're going to split ways. AB, Le'Veon Bell, they're just tearing apart. And then the Bengals, I don't know what's up with the Bengals. They're the Bengals. They've been the same way each year. They've been the same. And the Chargers, they play great football. Their defense, like I said, is nice. That front 7, Joey Bosa, they had 7 sacks. 7 sacks. They had 7 sacks. And then they added an interception to their resume too. That defense played nice. It played great. And that's what really won the game, because the only touchdown that was scored was by Melvin Gordon. And that was on the 2-yard line. Everything else was field goal. So that defense held their own and won them the game. You know, Phillip Rivers, he didn't throw a touchdown, but he also didn't throw an interception. He had an okay game, you know, but his individual performance didn't matter. You know, it was about the defense, and it was about keeping the ball, you know, clock management. And that's what they did, and that's why they won the game. And they're going to go on to play the Patriots next week. And the last game, the game that surprised me. And before we go on, I guess I'm saying sorry to the Eagles. I hate saying sorry though, because they went out and won. And first thing I have to say, those excuses about their injuries need to stop. Because where they're injured, their secondary, that's the reason they won. That secondary did great. That defense did great. You know, that's the reason they won that game. You know, their offense had one good drive at the end of the fourth quarter, but that was it. You know, that defense was the reason they won. So, like I've been saying, those injuries are no longer an excuse. When someone gets injured, it's next man up. It's time for another guy to shine. You know, it's a chance for another guy to shine. It's not, oh, our season is over. It's a chance for another guy to shine. So don't come to me with injuries talking about, you know, this is why we're bad. No, just it's time for the next guy to step up. And that's exactly what the Eagles did. They stepped up. That secondary stepped up. They played great. I believe Mitch Trubisky threw an interception, and he almost threw two. A great play by one of their cornerbacks. I don't know what his name was, but it was a great play, and it was a great effort. He just couldn't get his feet or his body in balance. And that defense played a great game, you know. And no disrespect to Nick Foles. Like I said, he led them down the field to score the game-winning touchdown. And that was a clutch play by him. You know, people want to talk about Cody Parkey and how he missed the kick. And, you know, you could talk about that, but, you know, Cody Parkey is not the reason they lost. It was just, it came down to that moment, and it happened to be the main reason. It happened to be the thing you can put the blame on because you could have won with that. But there was a lot of things that happened. I saw some crucial third downs. Allen Robinson, he could have, he had some catches, and all he has to do is learn how to drag his feet in bounds. And he has a catch instead of an incompletion. And that really, you know, when you punt the ball, that gives the offense more chance to gain rhythm. And so, yeah, Allen Robinson could have made more catches. Mitch Trubisky, he missed some throws. Some of those throws were overthrown. And if he connects with those, it's a different ball game. And, you know, Jordan Howard slipped up a few times. He had some open lanes where he was gone. He was to the house if he could have stayed up. So, you know, it wasn't all on Cody Parkey. You can't blame that loss all on Cody Parkey. He did miss a kick, but it's just one mistake added onto a pile why they lost, you know? And, you know, that's just my thoughts on all the games that happened this weekend. You know, the Eagles will go on to play the Saints. We'll talk about my predictions probably tomorrow or Wednesday. And that's it for this video. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next one. So peace.
What's free? Free is when nobody else can tell us what to be. Free is when the TV ain't controlling what we see. Told my niggas I need you. Through all the fame, you know I stay true.